47. Hi. Is the director in? A friend of mine is. The attorney has not been to see her in over 3 months. She's been incarcerated for 3 months and she hasn't had it. Heidi, what? Samantha Blood was her attorney, but hasn't been to see her in over 3 months. She's incarcerated and she needs visits from her attorney. And I've called and called. I need to talk with the director.
And you are a friend of hers?
Yeah, I'm her emergency contact person. I've called and left messages and I've left paper with notes before.
Okay.
So I'm not getting any response from this office.
Yeah, he can't discuss the case with anybody other than
Right.
Mr.
But I'm not getting any response. She needs a visitation from her lawyer. She's been incarcerated for over 3 months.
Okay.
And she needs a visitation from her lawyer. She hasn't had that.
Okay.
You guys are representing her and you're denying her her legal right to be represented by a lawyer and having visitations with the lawyer.
Okay.
Now, I just filed 3 months' worth of kites that she's filed at the county jail asking for her lawyer to visit her.
Okay.
I want to know why her lawyer's not visiting her and why they're not representing her.
He said he can't discuss anything right now with you.
Well,
Heidi is our client, and
yeah,
so
she needs a visitation from you, and you guys need to represent her as your client,
I
not
understand your
see
frustration.
her.
I understand that. You can leave a note if you'd like for him, but the information that he gave is that he said you can leave a note, but he can't talk to anybody other than the client.
Well, he needs to know she needs visitation.
Okay, do you want to leave him a note? Here you go. Those are our forms for, here's a pen.
Who's singing this song?
I don't know.
Sounds like a Michael Ferrante song. Can I get a copy of this, please? And today is 4. does your funding come from? Where does your funding come from?
State, as far as I know.
How's it funded?
I don't have any of that information.
Who would have that I could talk to about it? There should be public information on how you guys get your funding.
It's probably on the internet, honestly. I don't have anybody in particular to contact.
Nobody here at this office provides that information or talk to me about it?
Yeah, no, not until, if you're being represented, they can talk to you, but I
mean, that's public information, is it not? Right. How your fundings come to you? Is there somebody here at this office I could talk to about that?
Our office head is in a meeting right now with our office manager and the senior investigator, so they're all in a meeting right now. So I don't know if you want to call and ask them.
Well, it's kind of mute to call here because I don't get a response back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just to ask who's funding it.
Again, I don't get a response back, so it's mute to call here. That's why I walked in today.
Okay. I understand your frustration, sir, but I don't have detailed information exactly as where the funding comes from and how it's broken down or anything like that. Right. Maybe at the public library, possibly maybe the internet.
But there's nobody in this office I could talk to about that.
You can try calling our office manager or office head, and I don't know if they'd have time to explain all that. Even if, that breakdown.
Let me leave them another little note here. I think everything comes from the DA to you guys. You're under the DA, is the way my understanding is. But I want to be sure before I start writing things.
Well, then maybe the DA's office should be contacted now.
You're in Pueblo here. Alrighty, thank you very much. You too, and have a nice weekend. Thank you. Thank you.
That was William Hayes's visit to the public defender's office, numerous times leaving Samantha Bloodworth in the public defender's office in Pueblo, Colorado. Numerous letters, notes to come see me, and I left kites, grievance forms in jail, and yet the Judge David Krockenberg said that I was incompetent because I didn't work with my attorney. And Dr. Scott Young at CMHIP indicated, as well as Allison Kennedy, that I was incompetent to proceed in court because I could not work with my attorney. However, quite to the contrary, does all the evidence point that Samantha Bloodworth was the one who was incompetent, who refused to look at the exculpatory evidence, see that there was no warrants for me, there was no sworn affidavits, refused to even come speak to me and see me. Yet then CMHIP said I was incompetent because I couldn't help my attorney? Wow. Talk about some perjury and fabrication of documents. And then while I was at CMHIP, Dr. Scott Young and Dr. Susan Middleton indicated as well as Donna DeJoseph, that they were going to write to Dora and tell Dora lies to hurt me if I filed against them at the FBI for the crimes of illegally holding me, and that they were going to file against my license with Dora and tell them that I was soliciting patients and that I needed my license revoked. Well, the forensics buildings recorded 24/7. I never solicited anyone. And these individuals were all conspiring to try to harm me. And then they were doing extortion tactics, saying that they were going to harm my livelihood and my education and my state licensure if I spoke out about it. Yeah, well, now I have letters from Dora saying that they're filing complaints, and quite interesting, really. Quite interesting. As if that's not going to be seen as criminal extortion and harassing a criminal and fabricating medical and legal documents. Oh man, this is a major domestic terrorism. This is grand treason to kidnapping, and you name it. I mean, man, this is horrific. And I have documentation from tons of people asking the attorney to do her job in the public defender's office. And I have numerous phone calls of me at CMHIP asking for the head Pueblo DA's office, or not DA, but public defender's office, to step forward and to come see me. And not one of them at the public defender's office in Pueblo, Colorado, did they ever step up for my rights. Did they ever come see me? Did they ever do anything that they promised in writing and in court? Major misconduct. And then before putting me at CMHIP, they never even had a hearing to deem me incompetent, which is required, and they did not have experts or anybody present, which is required under civil laws, as a hold for mental hold is a civil hold, not a criminal hold. And so they have to have a civil procedure with a civil case number, and they never did that. And they never had witnesses or anybody step up, and they never gave me the opportunity to have witnesses to contest it and to show the claims of competency. And in fact, they never even had my attorney show up at the hearing before putting me in. And according to the statute, that is required. Yet CMHIP said I was incompetent. Wow. It clearly shows I took down the whole house, one person, and I'm the one who's incompetent. Well, maybe you guys should grab the law books, and maybe you guys need some competency tests. Because obviously you don't know the law, or you're just too crooked and greedy that you're willing to lie and sedition the law so significant that you could do life in prison. It's not a joke. I mean, according to grand treason to kidnapping, the penalty, if you look under, is death. It is death. I mean, you are waging war with other countries. You're breaking holy laws. You're breaking treason laws by seditioning the law so bad that you're violating treaties where another country can invade us, like Hitler. Like we invaded Hitler. I mean, this is serious stuff, but they think they're immune from this. You're not immune. These are world laws, world treaties. These are treaties within the country to govern and to control the people and to rule over them. And you're violating them so horrifically that it's called grand treason. And another country can overthrow us for that. And you can see the death penalty for that. I'm not saying you're going to, but it is a possibility, and it is written in the law as such. And for you to continue, that's why I put a preponderance in this court case of filings and notices to everyone to make sure you know what you are acting in and what you are doing, so that way when it comes down for a federal prosecution, you will be held to the fullest extent in your full capacity.